Welcome to Stock Knowledge and News with Arieous Invest, your trusted source for updates, earnings reports, and actionable insights to sharpen your stock market game. Join us as we explore market trends, decode the latest news, and empower your financial journey with expert stock knowledge. This is Trading Reimagined. Let's get started.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive.
Always a pleasure to be back.
Today, we are going to try to unpack this whole DeepSeek thing that's been causing a stir.
Yeah.
I know a lot of our listeners are probably wondering what it means, especially, for big companies like Nvidia.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to dive into this Wall Street market analysis.
Oh, okay.
And kind of try to figure out, what's going on with this Chinese AI startup that everyone is talking about.
Right. Yeah, DeepSeek is really, it's shaking things up.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that's really interesting is they've come up with this AI model that doesn't require these, super powerful chips that we're used to seeing.
Right.
With a lot of the, the leading AI. So it's being talked about in the same breath as, things that OpenAI and Meta are doing.
Which is pretty impressive for a newcomer.
Yeah. And even Mark Andreessen,
who, is a big investor, has called it, one of the most amazing and impressive breakthroughs, that he's seen.
Yeah, that carries a lot of weight.
Yeah. And one of the things that's really cool about it that's really kind of captured everyone's attention is the fact that their model can actually explain how it comes to its conclusions.
Oh, wow.
So, no more AI black box mystery. You can actually see the reasoning.
Oh, that's interesting.
Behind the output.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's part of why it's rocketed up the App Store charts, too. People want to know, what's this thing doing? How's it thinking?
Exactly.
But I think the real sort of disruption here, that it's sort of, indicating is that, you have companies like Nvidia that really dominate this market for these high-powered AI chips, that everybody needs. And if this DeepSeek model, really kind of becomes more of the standard, it could really change the game.
Yeah.
Entirely.
It's like somebody threw a wrench in the whole system.
Yeah.
Immediately, the market reacted, pretty dramatically. NASDAQ and S&P futures dropped. European tech stocks kind of felt it.
Oh, wow.
ASML Holding, for example, took a hit. Volatility spiked.
Right.
So, everybody is trying to kind of figure out, what does this mean long term?
Well, that's where these analyses come in, right?
Right.
Like Raymond James, the analysts there, are saying, okay, well, if this takes off, you could see training costs for AI really, plunge, even for U.S. hyperscalers, the big companies with tons of resources, and then that could really change how AI is developed.
Yeah. But they also made another point, which is kind of interesting, which is that they said that the U.S. companies, these hyperscalers, that do have access to all this computing power already, might actually use that to their advantage. Yeah. They even mentioned, I don't know if you've heard of this, but Meta's Stargate announcement and some of their, CapEx commentary, which, to be honest, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. Well, Stargate refers to this project from Meta where they're working on really powerful AI models. And I think what Raymond James is suggesting is that, these companies might double down.
Oh.
And really go for, creating even more advanced AI because they've already got, the infrastructure, the expertise.
Got it.
To kind of stay ahead.
So they're making a counter move.
Exactly.
Yeah, using their strength. Okay.
Yeah. And another interesting point that they brought up is that if training costs go down, it could actually lead to a boom in new applications, which will drive a big increase in what's called inference.
Okay.
Now, that might be a new term for some people, but basically it's the thinking part
of AI. So, once it's learned how to do its thing, inference is how it uses that knowledge to actually make decisions and solve problems.
So, the more complex the AI, the more thinking it has to do, which means it needs more computing power.
Exactly. Right. So what they're saying is that, you could actually see this huge jump in demand for inference power, even though training is getting cheaper.
Got it.
Because you just have all these new applications that need that power to do their thinking.
Okay. So we got DeepSeek shaking things up, market reactions, analysts kind of throwing out these scenarios.
Right.
And then we have Bernstein.
Yeah.
Analysts who seem to be kind of saying, like, hold your horses.
Everybody calm down.
Yeah. Like, they seem to think that that the U.S. companies are going to be just fine.
Yeah, they're saying innovation is good.
Yeah,
right.
So, yeah.
Like, this kind of disruption is good for AI.
It's part of how it progresses. And they also said, look, even if you're seeing these like efficiency gains,
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that overall spending is going to go down in the long term. In fact, it might actually increase.
Okay. Why? Why is that?
Well, because as AI becomes more sophisticated, and we start to we figure out all these new things we can use it for, the demand for that processing power to handle all that thinking is just going to keep growing.
Got it. Okay. So they're not really buying into the whole DeepSeek is a game changer narrative.
Not completely. I mean, they're even suggesting that these advancements, a lot of the top AI labs, are probably already working on similar things, around the world. So it's not like DeepSeek is this, totally unique phenomenon.
Right.
But what they are saying is that, look at the overall trend. Global investment in AI is accelerating.
Got it.
Rapidly. And they point to, Meta's, increasing their CapEx spending. The Stardate announcement again, China's, huge investment plan for AI, all this stuff, it's happening.
They're saying, don't panic. It's all part of the plan.
Yeah, stay optimistic, basically.
Yeah.
Especially if you're invested in, U.S. AI-related stocks like Nvidia and Broadcom.
Right.
They specifically said those. They were like, don't buy into the doomsday scenario.
Okay, so the big picture is that this AI race is heating up.
Oh, yeah.
And we got players all around the world that are, making big moves. But let's kind of zoom back in to the immediate impact here, especially in China.
Okay.
Because it seems like, DeepSeek's success has really ignited this surge.
It's like a validation, right? That, China can compete on this level.
Yeah, and Chinese AI stocks. And there's a specific example, Merit Interactive, which is a mainland-listed company, that hit their daily trading limit.
Oh, wow.
After they integrated DeepSeek's model into their marketing platform.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that kind of shows you the potential.
It's like a proof of concept, right?
Yeah.
In a real-world scenario, that DeepSeek's tech can make a tangible difference.
Yeah, which, again, kind of feeds into this larger narrative of global AI competition we were just talking about.
Totally.
So here we are.
Yeah.
Right in the thick of it.
Front row seats.
Yeah. This rapidly evolving landscape. What does it all mean?
I think it means it's going to be fascinating to watch.
Yeah.
Because we've got DeepSeek over here kind of challenging the established players.
Yeah.
We've got potentially this massive surge in demand for computing power.
Even with these more efficient models.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the applications are just going to keep coming.
Yeah.
And then you've got this global AI race.
Yeah.
That's only intensifying.
It's a lot to take in, that's for sure. And it leaves us with a lot of questions.
It really does.
How is this all going to play out?
Yeah.
Will DeepSeek really be the one to kind of shift that balance of power in AI? And what role are these U.S. companies, these big hyperscalers, going to play?
Yeah. Nobody has a crystal ball, but this is a really exciting and maybe a little bit unpredictable time to be following AI. And I think we're really just at the beginning of the story here.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
And be sure to kind of keep an eye on this space because things are about to get even more interesting.
Oh, yeah. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Absolutely.
Arieous Invest. Trading reimagined.